Okay, welcome back everyone. So, last night we got things rolling. Found out the Prime Minister is trying to murder us, standard political stuff. These crystals. But I guess first we're gonna get distracted helping a fisherman find his knife. I'm sure the Prime Minister will be happy to wait to murder us, or attempt to murder us until we finish up with that.
Huh? What's that?
Oh, hello?
Whoa! It's a monster!
No! Truff is not a monster.
No way! It can talk!
Oh, hi, Pig Ganon.
Please! Please, don't hurt Truff! Truff is a monster, yes! But not a bad one.
Sorry. You just surprised us, that's all. I've never heard of talking monsters.
Me either.
Truff doesn't hurt humans. So please, don't hurt Truff.
Don't worry. We won't. So, what are you doing out here all by yourself?
You want to hear Truff's story? Oh, thank you. Oh, Truff is looking for someone. Someone who can cut tall grass.
What do you mean exactly?
Truff dropped a ring. A precious, sparkly, shiny ring.
Oh boy.
Truff has searched and searched, but nothing.
Aye, the grass will definitely get in the way of that.
Yeah. Talk about looking for a needle in a haystack.
So, you need someone to cut the grass so you can find this ring?
Is Zelda character telling me to cut grass? Yeah, we've gone full circle back to being Link for sure.
Yes! Someone with a weapon like yours. Yes, you could do it.
Sure. I guess we could, but...
You will help Truff? Oh, thank you, thank you. Truff has asked so many humans to help, but they all ran away. You are the only ones who have listened.
Aye, well, they were probably just a wee bit shocked, that's all. Like we said, talking monsters aren't exactly common.
Well, anyway, we know you're not a bad monster now.
Just purchase a lawnmower. We are a lawnmower. Men are pigs sometimes. Apparently, yeah.
Right. Let's get mowing. Where do you think we should start?
Human's best friend part 1, oh boy. Truff dropped a precious sparkly shiny ring. He's been trying to look for it, but the grass is too long. Okay, but still doesn't explain where. Special actions in the field. Let's take another look at the special actions you can do. He's allowed adventuring. And we can swing a sword. Okay. Well, I guess it's theoretically pretty easy if it's just here. Even before a boss monster jumps out. Come on. Right, I guess not.
Is this your ring, Truff?
Oh, yes! Yes, that's it. That's it. Humans found it. Oh, thank goodness.
I'm not so sure it'll fit you, though.
Oh, it's not Truff's. It's for Truff's friend. Truff's friend, human.
What? You have a human friend?
Yes. He rescued Truff, then Truff and he became friends, best friends. He's the one who taught Truff how to speak.
So that's how you learned, huh? Nice. Well, don't go dropping the ring again, okay?
Oh, thank you.
I feel like we're gonna have to be looking for this ring in every single continent. Especially if it's just, this is part 1 of the quest.
Shh! Stop! Wait!
What's the matter?
They followed.
Who did? Monsters?
Yes! Monsters who want the ring, who love its shiny golden glow. They chased Truff. That's why Truff dropped the ring.
Sounds like someone needs to teach this lot a lesson.
But Truff can't fight. Humans can, though. Humans can fight them for me, yes. Come on, let's sneak up on them.
Sure, I guess. Let's do it.
So this is a tutorial after the fact for all this stuff? Like, we've been doing this for hours already, what the heck?
They're sitting ducks.
Let me at him! I'm going all in!
You still say we roast the pig?
Huh. Hardly worth the bother.
Well, if he's not picking a fight, maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you.
Not a problem, Truff. You still have your ring, right?
Yes, Truff is never going to lose it again.
Okay, well, see you for finding it again in part 2.
But you'll give it to your friend when you find them, right?
Yes, of course.
Speaking of which, you never told us the whole story of how you met.
He's definitely gonna need us to find it for him again in the next area, exactly.
Oh, Truff was hungry. So hungry, Truff thought he would die. Then a human came, gave Truff food. It was so delicious, and it saved Truff's life.
To part 2, I can't find my friend. Also a possibility.
The human told Truff so much about his kind, about cooking. And then, one day, he said it. You're my friend, Truff. Then he left, but he forgot his ring. So Truff decided to take it back to him.
Wait, do you know anything about this person? His name? Anything?
Truff's friend's name is Mitch. Mitch is something called a traveling chef. And Truff remembers his face very well. If Truff sees his friend's face, he will know him right away.
So, you're on a journey, but you don't know where you're headed, huh? I sometimes feel that way too. Well, good luck. I hope you find your friend.
Yeah, that part 2, if I can't find my friend, is seeming more likely.
Thank you. Truff hopes so as well. Be careful out there, humans.
Okay. Yeah, the timing on that side quest feels very off, because that feels like it should have been just a tutorial from, like, 2 hours ago. The talking monster. The talking monster, eh? Whatever next. Yeah, it's the one who's fond of humans, no less. Well, certain humans, at least. So he's looking for his friend, huh? Yeah, so I wonder what sort of person he might be. Not your average bloke, that's for sure. There's not many who'd make friends with a monster. Yeah, considering all the trouble Truff's going to find him, he must be something pretty special. Also, I predict when we find this chef, he's gonna give us the Blue Mage asterisk. Or something similar. Well, I hope he finds them. You think he'll be okay out there on his own? If he's as determined as he seems, I'm sure he'll be just fine. Let's pray that you are right. Aye, you might meet with a few twists and turns along the way, but that's what a good journey's all about, eh? Meanwhile, I'll be telling the tale of the mournful monster on the hunt for his long-lost friend at every tavern in the land. Eh, guess you're right. Traveling's all about the little surprises, huh? Bet we won't be bumping into another talking monster anytime soon. Heh, never say never. Yeah, we'll just run into the same one over and over. Let's go south. I guess it would make sense if the guy dropped it on the shore. Okay, well we probably had to beat up these Sahagin for it.
There's no way we're losing this one.
Let me at 'em.
I'm going all in!
That was a piece of cake.
Every day, every way, I get more.
Yeah, there's the knife.
Looks like we found that fisherman's knife.
Aye. Just look at that sea, eh? I seen it now, you'd never think it could rise up like it did.
Yeah. The waves have died down some since the storm. But you should have seen it.
I can imagine. Just goes to show how badly we need the crystals. Everything all right, Lady Emma?
Huh. Okay, I guess we get a neat little flashback for this. Definitely wasn't expecting that out of a super random fetch quest.
Wind's picking up. Looks like there's a storm brewing.
You don't quite seem yourself today, if I may say so.
I've been thinking about the past.
Reminiscing, eh?
Something like that. Can't believe it's been 50 years already.
Aye, 50 years is up.
50 years. She still looks like she's maybe 35.
Wait, 50 years? Lady Emma, if you don't mind me asking, just how old are you?
I do mind you asking as it happens, you impertinent so-and-so. I am a lady, you know.
Oh, aye, sorry.
Ugh, stop with your bowing and scraping, it's embarrassing. Not that I mind seeing you show a bit of respect every now and then. If you can manage to take things more seriously once in a while, we might make a half-decent scholar of you one day. And when we do, I'll tell you. About the past, I mean.
Except she probably never did.
Wait, so what does that make me now? Quarter decent? Third and a bit? Come on, it's got to be at least a quarter.
Not even close. Have you forgotten the mark you got in that last test? It was your lowest ever. Quarter's too good for you, you great knucklehead.
Knuckle?
You've got a long, long way to go yet, and don't you go thinking otherwise. But if I can cram one thing into your thick skull in the meantime, let it be this. When the storm comes, calamity will soon follow.
Okay then.
When the storm comes, calamity will soon follow. Right. Better get this knife back to its rightful owner and claim our reward, eh?
Just a couple of drinks, okay?
Aye, just a couple. Come on, let's shake a leg.
Feel like we probably didn't need to walk back for this one, but sure.
That's my master's knife. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Just look at him. Warms the cockles of your heart, eh?
Sure, I guess.
So, you said this was your master's knife?
It's very special. The king himself gave it to him.
Huh. Tis master was maybe a little well connected.
He must have done something pretty amazing to deserve a gift like that.
Oh, he did. He changed fishing forever. See, back when he started, all the fishermen were disorganized, disgraceful ruffians. But he cleaned them up, taught them to take pride in their work, and gave them a real sense of purpose. The king was so impressed, he asked my master to become his fisheries minister. But my master refused. He didn't want to work in an office. He wanted to be out on the boats with the others.
Choosing a life of hard graft over a cushy job with a posh title, eh? There's a lot to admire about that.
There is, isn't there? Come to think of it, the king said the same thing when he presented him with the knife. My master kept fishing until his dying day. And when he finally passed on, he left me his prized possession. Keeps me safe out on the seas, it does.
Your master sounds like a great man.
Anyway, I owe you a drink. Many drinks, in fact. Tonight, on me.
You sure you're ready to drink again? You seem like you're drunk already.
Oh, thank you kindly. Don't mind if I do.
Just a couple, right?
What are you suggesting? That we say no if it turns into more? And how's our pal here gonna feel about that, hmm?
I guess you're right. Fine.
That's the spirit. Marky, bring us a bottle of your most expensive drug.
Yeah, definitely drunk.
Ha ha! Now we're talking to new friends.
I am not cleaning up that mess when he leaves it all over the floor. Benefits of consecutive battles. Sometimes entering battle and other monsters are nearby will cause them to join in on the action, leading to not just one, but a string of encounters. This ups the challenge significantly, but it's worth it for the bonus JP, and the bonus gets even better the more bets you fight in a row, making consecutive battles a great way to rack up job points. But if it's like Bravely Second, our BP also carries over, so... Granted, I guess... Assuming we don't need to wipe them super quickly, so I think you need to do it in a turn or something like that. Barring like a scripted one? I could be wrong, but... Or maybe that just increased the chances in Bravely Second. I'd have to review it, but... There's something about it that makes me remember having to go BP deficit a lot. Which would make consecutive battles a huge pain. But here we might be able to avoid that if we actually want to take him. And second, how it worked was beat a battle in one turn, you could do consecutive battles. Okay, yeah, so it is how I remember it then, if that's the case. Well, the business with the sea going doodlies had a whole bunch of knock-on effects, eh? Yeah, it's not easy being a man of the sea at the best of times. Well, that the water level rising has put a bunch of useful landmarks out of sight. If the tides are as messed up as that fisherman said, I wouldn't even want to go out there. It's not only the seas that have suffered, but the whole world is suffering. We must put an end to these calamities. Calamities? It was the calamity that brought me here, huh? I was lucky enough that you found me when you did. But not everyone's been so lucky. Our knife-losing fisherman friend, for one. We need to help everyone who's been affected. And we will. We'll do whatever we can. Aye, even if it's a wee thing like returning a lost knife, every will helps. Let's keep that in mind in our travels, eh?
We've outmaneuvered them.
I'm up, huh? I'm all set! Very well.
Okay, I'm going all in. Eat sorcery. Fighting over where that came from.
No worse than expected.
That was a piece of cake.
I am stronger. I can feel it.
Did she gain? No, she still didn't gain one more weight. When she does, I'd like to put the bow back on.
This isn't good, is it?
Very well. It's nothing. All right then. I'm all set.
Come and get it.
But these elements would end up being highly physical resistant, but it seems like no.
Eat sorcery. Damn it! To push too far is folly.
No worse than expected.
It's nothing.
Let me see. Be healed.
I needed that. Right, let's see. Crack! Rumble!
To arms. Does that feel better? How thoughtful of you.
No big deal. You rang? Come and get it! Yeah, Thunder! Another one bites the dust.
Very well. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. That was nothing. Here I go. Woohoo! We are good at this.
This feels good.
One must never stop learning.
Ray,
I wonder
Kira.
what's next for me.
Now this is interesting.
Oh yeah, aggravates the budget taunt.
We've got the upper hand, guys.
We ambushed a really wimpy formation,
Here I go.
apparently.
Our quest must go on. Come. let
Really
us
Default 2 really likes monster in the chest, doesn't it?
All right then. Okay.
Is this has to be, what, the 6th, 7th one between all the dungeons we've done?
Let me. Okay, I'm going all in. Yeah. Did you see that?
A lot of them are just standard monsters, but still.
Come on then. Let's have it. Let me.
All right then. Let us continue on our way. We have been outflanked.
Eat sorcery. Ooh, right in the soft bits. That'll do nicely. Come and get it. Okay, I'm going all in.
Huh. Hardly worth the bother.
Morbid Ether is nice. But With as many as we've found, I could probably go pretty aggressive with Elvis at this point.
We have the upper hand.
I think we're half our levels into our class. If this really default 1, we'd be level 3 at best. Yeah, it feels like it's scaling a little bit better, for sure. Although I think second made it a little bit easier, too.
Very well. I have to protect myself. I shall prevail.
Get it. Okay.
Hardly worth the bother.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side. Let me out! Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Yeah, Mastery being so far off in the first game definitely had me swapping a lot. It definitely felt like there were soft caps where
Let's do this.
you'd hit a plateau of gaining JP
Come and get it.
and be like, yeah, technically you could actually get the next level, but it'd be like 100 battles.
Very well. Here I go.
Almighty thunder! Sorcery! That'll do nicely.
I shall prevail. Arms.
It's staff kill. Oh, Fluffernuff, you want to play it Sloan? Don't we all? Interesting that the waypoint and the save point are on top of each other. Perhaps it bodes ill. Wait, there was an enemy here before. I wonder if that was a rare spawn. We probably didn't want to fight it at this point, since the last one we tried to take on was ridiculous. But I guess that's kind of good information to have, that just simply using the waypoint can even despawn that.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side.
Allow me. I have to protect myself.
Get stuck when the game inevitably takes Sloan away from us. Yeah, just a bit. It's not glowing red, so this might just be like a large standard encounter, like with the ghost armors and the haunted house.
Come and get it.
Well, Sloan did immediately kill him, so...
Here I go.
I'll be a little bit careful about this. It's not like they did any boss music or anything, it's
I have to protect myself. What's the plan? Check this out.
Let me at him.
Boo. This is just a war of defaulting. Although it seems like he's charging up to do something big.
Better cover up.
We stand firm for now. Woohoo! We are good at
And then Sloan just annihilates him through his default. Four times throwing knives. All the disposable weaponry. Have I tried them yet? No, not yet. Is that Sephiroth? Who?
Let me at him.
Sloan?
Here I go. I'm all set.
Right. Let's see. Eat sorcery.
Almost. Well, and then Sloan massively overkilled it. Oh, the six-arm guy? Wait, why would the six-arm guy be Sephiroth?
They're sitting ducks.
Allow me.
We stand firm for now. I'm up, huh? Yeah! Too easy.
You're poking fun at FF14.
Hey, I'm just getting started here.
Well, I guess I don't get the reference since I don't play it. But... I guess speaking on FF in general, I would have expected maybe a Gilgamesh reference. Another save point.
Milady, I wonder if I might request that we make a minor detour.
A detour? Oh, I see. It's near here, is it? Very well then. Of course.
We're all the way out in the mountains. What's here to see?
Oh, your own joke, and that's all that matters. Greg is the sword guy. He's more than his arms.
This path leads to the final resting place of my beloved wife. I had hoped as we were passing that I might pay her a brief visit.
You don't mind, do you?
Odd place for a burial.
Of course not. In fact, I'm sure we'd all like to come with you. If that's okay, I mean.
I would be honored.
And another waypoint. I think? Or is this a detour? Yeah, I guess we should save regardless. And we'll check it out. An eventful journey. I put you through so much since we left Musa, Sir Sloan. Nonsense, milady. 'Tis my duty to serve thee in whatever capacity I may. Though I will not deny that it has been more than a little eventful at times. Strange as it may seem, however, 'twas but a trifling matter that caused my heart to race the fastest. The affair of the lodging house guest book? Yes, I still feel awful about that. I wrote my real name down without thinking. And then you rather compounded the issue, if you'll forgive my saying so. We had agreed that we would pretend to be grandfather and granddaughter, and yet you could not stop yourself from addressing me as milady. Alas, I fear that deception is not a strength of mine, I must once more beg thy forgiveness for this buffoonish oversight. Hehe. Please, Sir Sloan, there's no need to apologize. The look on your face was priceless. I shall remember it till the day I die. I doubt I would have such fond memories if you had not been with me. You are too kind, and perhaps the passing of time hath rendered it an experience more mirthful than mortifying. Must confess also to having felt a certain satisfaction in being addressed as grandfather. I can always call you that again if you'd like. Please, milady, there is no need for that. Swan's the best. He is fun. Oh, it actually does just take us. I see. So it's always back to the entrance with no option to waypoint to other waypoints from them. That's good information. I thought it was maybe gonna do something more complicated to us. Yeah, this is a really weird place to bury someone.
Forgive me, beloved. I have been unable to visit as often as I would have wished.
Skip points, that's neat. Yeah, being able to effectively cut dungeons into pieces is kind of nice. It helps alleviate the MP issue, too.
And I fear I shall not be visiting again soon. Thank you, all of you.
Wow, what a view.
She asked that she be buried here.
Really?
She was so very weak toward the end, barely able to walk, let alone ascend these hillsides. Her last wish was that she at least be permitted her final rest in such a place. Though I was a poor husband while she had lived, e'er absent on some quest or other, I was able to give her this, at least. But enough of my self-indulgence. We must away to Savalon without delay.
I guess we don't get to hear why this place was actually important to her. Maybe some other time. If that is a rock, yes. Probably don't want to be putting up like a fancy gravestone when it's in the middle of a cave. Someone's bound to steal it. Seems like it's going the right direction, so does this other bit just dead end and give us the chest? No, it just dead ends and gives us nothing? Unless I'm missing something.
Let's do this!
Let me see. I have to protect myself.
No big deal.
Here I go. I'm all set.
Let me out.
Our quest must go on.
Yeah, there appears to be nothing here. Okay, going up.
Savalon lieth a little further up ahead.
I don't suppose you would all be so good as to spare me a moment of your time.
Prime Minister, what are you doing all the way out here?
I have come for the wind crystal, Your Highness. Now, would you be so good as to give it to me?
Surely not.
I'm afraid so. I intend to give the crystal to Holograd, and in return, I shall be granted control of this entire kingdom.
The look is scrubbed, yes.
Holograd? But of course those wretched warmongers had a hand in this. And the two mercenaries? They assailed us at thy bidding?
You could put it like that, yes. Naturally, I didn't expect them to be quite so useless.
His nose can be classified as a deadly weapon. Perhaps.
I suppose the old adage still stands. If one wants something done properly, one must do it oneself. It's rather inconvenient, but never mind.
An asterisk. Prime Minister, you too possess one.
I think he rubs a whetstone against it every morning. I wouldn't be surprised.
Soon all Halcyonia will answer to me and me alone. The wind crystal will be mine.
Oh, he's a monk,
no
I guess.
matter what the cost.
Come on then. Let's have it.
You will regret making an enemy of me.
Come and get it.
Be careful of counters. Be very wary of counters or enemies who are able to counterattack. They might strike back when you yourself attack, or even when you use items. What? Huh. When the trigger, whatever the trigger is, they'll get a free hit when you perform the action. If you're up against a powerful foe, you can be pretty sure they'll have some kind of counter in their arsenal. It might not always trigger, but once they've shown their hand, be sure to take adequate precautions.
Better cover up.
Be healed.
Feeling good?
I guess I better turn the battle speed down because I didn't see what there was. Oh, this even tells me what Sir Sloan can do. Interesting. Okay. excessive water is here then.
Eat sorcery! Let me at him!
Allow me. Let me help you. Thanks for your help.
Wait to take a step back! Come and get it!
We're just in a default battle right now. Alright, I guess at least he was nice enough to attack 3 separate targets.
Easy does it.
Wait for it!
Does that feel better?
You saved my bacon there.
I'm up, huh?
Right, let's see. Safety first!
Is this the extent of your capabilities? How pathetic.
You're losing an 1/8 of your health to Sloan. I wouldn't talk shit if I were you. You know, it's a martial arts stance and everything, but his little hand gestures makes you imagine little googly eyes on his knuckles. Like a little sock puppet mouth. Yeah, I could see that. Use, you get decked, is that all? You like how he's stroking a mustache? Yes. The twirling goes, or so the twirling goes for Mr. Prime Minister.
I am a merciful man. I will spare you if you give me the crystal. You escape with your lives, and I get my heart's desire. Control of the entire kingdom.
Let me at him! Here, try this. Alrighty, here we go!
Ah, he's defaulting. I guess we'll default as well.
What's the plan? Easy does it.
Come and get it! Okay,
Oh, I can't use the special with Brave anymore? Interesting. Because with the previous games, I used to be able to do special into 3 attacks, but I guess we can't do that here. The last person you watched commented that he's pretty sure that you can't lose this fight because Sloan exists. Yeah, I mean, he's basically there as a safety net so far for pretty much every fight. So I can definitely see that.
it's my time to shine. May the earth engulf you. Ha! Hit it where it hurts. Let's keep it up. You rang? Aye! You better be ready for this. Almighty thunder! Crack! Rumble! Eat sorcery! Away, fire your heat!
How can I really be staring defeat in the face? No, I cannot lose. That is not how this is supposed to end. I will defeat you, and Halcyonia will be mine. All mine. This is no time to be contemplating defeat, not least because it will never happen.
Allow me. Be healed.
Phew.
Check this out.
Guess it's my turn. Get some!
This kingdom
People don't choose
is
Asterisk.
mine.
Asterisk.
Destroyed.
I can feel it.
Yes, you're staring at a grave already dug and you're jumping further down. Indeed. You love how he's on the road speak. All we can think about is cackling evilly. Yeah, I mean, he had 8,000 hit points, but Sloane deals so much damage that it's like, okay, well, he's losing half of it by the time we've already defaulted so that we're prepared to attack through his counters. People pleasers. I guess if we wanted to be cheeky too, we probably... We could have tried the items to see if he wouldn't counter those. But hey, Quad Thundar seems good enough, right? Monks are powerful, purely physical fighters, excel at inflicting critical hits. Strong strike, perform a physical attack on a target that deals heavy damage. Has a slightly reduced chance of landing. Hopefully it actually gives me the numbers on how much aim reduction it is. Invigorate basically uses physical attack by 50% for 3 turns. Stats cannot be increased by beyond 200%.
Yield, Horton. Thou art bested.
Does she have normal eyebrows in this class? Guess we'll find out. She does look good in RA. She does.
How could this happen? The asterisk was meant to render me invincible.
An asterisk is only as strong or as weak as its possessor. And in thy case, Prime Minister, 'twould seem thou wert not strong enough.
Stop! Don't come any closer! Please! I know that I've done wrong. I shall gladly relinquish the wind crystal. Just leave me be. Please.
Pathetic.
Ah!
You are of as little use as those idiot mercenaries you hired.
Adam? I mean, Lord Commander, what are you doing here?
And if anything more annoying, foolish, withering, useless worm. Now, give me the wind crystal.
This is probably where we lose Sloane. This is supposed to make me invincible with the man with the item that's meant for offense instead of defense. No one said he was smart.
And what if we refuse?
Then the second time of asking will be considerably less polite. But if you insist, come. I will teach you how foolish it is to deny me.
Choppy waters ahead.
All shall kneel before me.
Hey,
No
you
way.
okay?
Well, surprising no one.
Here.
must be done. Let me help you.
Ah, much better. Yeah!
100,000 hit points. Yeah, maybe a little bit beyond this right now. I like how the angelic ward prevented her from getting one shot.
We've got this, right?
Please, you must get up. Be healed. No, not yet.
Oh, so he's the Dark Knight.
I had expected a little more from you, if I am honest. But no, such a pity.
Adam's voice actor only has another credit for voicing a side character in Dragon Quest XI? Ah, okay. Can I run away? Somehow I don't think I could. You love how this guy just slapped 3/4 of my party clearly a Titan is called Adam. I mean, I'm guessing they're probably gonna go for like some kind of Adam and Eve thing. Don't give up, you believe in me. Yeah, Sloan will win this fight. It's all up to him.
The Wind Crystal will be coming with me.
I wonder what happens if I grind so obscenely that I can actually take him. I don't know if we can actually do that much grinding. Like that one guy at the start of Suikoden 2. I mean, Suikoden 2 had a very specific setup that made it so that we didn't suffer from the level up ceiling. Somehow I don't think we're gonna be able to get, or would be able to get through his defenses here. We hit him once for 12 with a cross slash. Somebody did do that much grinding? I see. Well, I assume then you just still lose the fight, even if you win it. Your standard, oh, well you won, but I wasn't using my full strength. Ha ha ha.
Hey! Put her down!
Very well. Catch!
What? No!
I have what I came for. But you refused my mercy. And for that, you must pay. With your lives!
Sir Sloan!
I will hold him here. Friends, escort Her Majesty to safety.
What about you?
I shall not tarry long. No longer than it takes to best this fiend.
Sir Sloan!
Well, rip Obi-Wan.
Finally. An opponent who might actually be worthy of my time. But you cannot stop the inevitable.
To stop you will be enough, whelp.
had hoped that you might have some staying power. But I see that you are flagging already. You are finished, Hero of Light. How can you hope to defeat me?
I am a hero of light, no longer. And merely in facing you, I have already won.
So slow.
Rip Jagan, indeed.
Impressive. I will resist the urge to toy with my prey next time.
Lord Commander, the Halcyonian army is mobilizing.
Is that so? Then it seems our entertainment ends here for today.
What of Princess Gloria, Lord Commander?
Leave her. The Wind Crystal has been secured. We have what we came for. The rest is merely a sideshow. We return at once.
Sir.
And now that the crystal is finally ours, it is time for our next move.
Well, we didn't find the body, so Sloane might still be around. Not the old mentor. How could this happen?
When we
Indeed.
were finally able, we paid our last respects at Sir Sloane's grave.
All right, old man. Hope you're up there enjoying a wee drink or two with Lady Emma. Here's to you both.
I'm not sure that's what you're supposed to say. Still,
Still what?
that would be nice.
Aye.
Sir Sloane, I'll do it. I'll do what you asked. I won't let you down.
Come, we must be on our way.
Still nobody, but finding his stuff isn't a good sign. I mean, there's another title where we found some key items. Sir Sloane leaves the party. You think? Time to change the stream title? Maybe. Old man died, kids roam wild. We just have to wait, or he just has to wait until we get strong enough that he can join up as a normal party member. Yeah, he could, like, do ring-a-bell things at that point. Some kids babysit themselves. Need. Local teenagers abandon old man. Indeed. Oh yeah, let's give Monk a try here with her. It doesn't tell me how much of an aim penalty. It also costs hit points to do this. 18% is kind of a lot when monks are generally known to be only hit point tanks. Need more games where they fake you out and the mentor doesn't actually die, and instead gets a full character arc and joins up with the heroes. Yeah, you don't get too many of those. Inner Alchemy. So it's 20% of users' hit points and cures poison, blindness, and slow. That's kind of nice. Although it has an MP cost, so it's not like we can use it forever. Bare Knuckle Brawler. Boosts user and equipment's physical attack by 8%, and then an aim by 30% when both hands are empty. Okay. So I enjoy that this also buffs what few pieces of armor you're still allowed to wear. And also the aim buff is kinda nice. So Jake, in any game you forgot that he gets cursed and does like 4 damage to the enemies and takes 10 in retaliation. He eventually gets curse removed. I think I might know what game you're talking about, but it could also be a totally different game where they just did the same thing for 2 different characters. Hey Sharadice. Hey Kirby Master. Thanks for the big raid. How'd Conquest go? Did the Great Wall of Takumi fall? Soleil LOL. Okay, I'll take it from that Soleil just destroyed everything on Takumi's wall. You should get back into the Bravely Default series, it's been a hot minute. They are a little bit of an investment. The first game took me by surprise just how long it actually was. It's another game kind of like that, it's called Xenoblade Chronicles. I guess I wasn't able to follow as or close enough to pick up on that. Solon's voice actor even voices said Mentor in Xenoblade. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like second was a little more on expectation though. Where they didn't go too ham on how long it was. Granted, the first game I kind of did like all the refights, so that probably padded things out a little bit. Sloan and Dunman share voice actor, okay. Grinding needed in one is a bit much. I guess I did do a little bit of grinding, but I don't think... Like, for the most part, I got by with what I needed to in one. And yeah, second, I don't think I did any grinding until the post-game stuff, where I needed to adjust my class setup. Firebird, perform a fire imbued physical attack. Oh, did I? So don't think I... Yeah, I did not. I meant to do a shout-out and I got back to talking. Japanese Dunban is voiced by the Japanese voice of Vegeta from Dragon Ball, huh? Guess just shows that he's got a pretty good voice range, right? You and a friend did a level 1156 run in Bravely Default 1 and... Yeah, it's who boy. Yeah, that would get a little intense. Wish they kept the option to not let you do character levels in this game. It's surprising that they removed all of those settings. That challenge just became out of SP, time to stop for 8 hours. What? You weren't gonna indulge Nintendo and buy the SP drinks from them? Oh, this is interesting. So we do a fire imbued attack that also makes us vulnerable to fire. That's... perhaps a little worrisome. Okay, I remember Qigong. It seems a lot less spammable when it's eating 20% of my hit points, though. Mindfulness restores 15% of the user's MP and cures silence, dread, and contagion. I see. So Monk having a bunch of status effect cure is kind of interesting and new. I know it's only on self, but... right? Yeah. But still useful. Flying heal drop, powerful physical attack on a target. Wow, these hit point costs are kind of intense. Because there's no way we could brave a bunch of these attacks. It would just make us dead. Boost users physical attack by 50%. Okay, yeah, that's the invigorate we saw on the splash. Turn's kick, perform a physical attack on a target and delay their next turn. We're only 10% HP cost too. I feel like once we get this, I'll be using this a lot. The I got a new job, time to read every single ability moment. Yep. I mean, I prefer it this way than Bravely Default 1 where it's like, hey, you got a new job. Hope you like question marks. It literally just boiled down to making busted damage, stacking Bravely's second attacks that broke damage caps between each other to one-shot bosses, and that point came pretty early on. I could see that. Because I don't know how else you'd expect to survive their attacks after you get past the first few. Bravely Default 1 wasn't designed for a level 1 run. Yeah, a lot of games are kind of like that. Even... I think most people would remember this at this point, because I did it pretty early on, but I did a Castlevania Order of Ecclesia level 1 hard run a long time ago, and that game was clearly balanced around being a New Game Plus mode, so it was interesting. You literally have to wait a whole day to fight the next boss? Well, you know. Again, well, I guess you can't do it now, but... Or wait, no, you can still do it until April, right? If you want to give Square some money, and, you know, they're off to the side there, rubbing their hands together. There's those SP drinks. To be fair, you sort of did like wondering what you get at the get next at each job level. Yeah, there is some interestingness to wondering, but I think for the level of tactics they often ask for, actually knowing what you're getting into makes things more palatable. You watch somebody do a Bloodstain level 1 run on the hardest difficulty. I think I might have caught something of that. Although I'm not too familiar with Bloodstain, so I don't think I understood the impact of a lot of the tech. Also kind of feels bad to focus on a job that get abilities that end up sucking. And they could also just, like, balance the abilities so that there aren't any duds in there. I guess I say just, it can be pretty hard when there's this many abilities, but... I mean, it would be nice to at least have abilities that aren't complete duds. Durende is officially dead. Multiplayer servers for Bravely Default are shut. Oh, really? I thought they weren't shutting down all that multiplayer capability until April 2024. Or did they shut down the Bravely stuff early? Perform an extremely powerful fire-imbued physical attack on the target. Also, it costs a third of your hit points. You know, no big deal. Pressure point. Oh, right. Now I remember. Qigong Wave is the thing that, yeah, ignores default. For some reason, I read that as just like pure defense, but Pressure Point is the one that ignores both. And costs an extra BP. Hooray! Pressure Point your beloved, imagine just doing true damage at all times. I'm pretty sure that's what I ended up doing when I fought the Rainbow Turkey in the first game. It just turned into two monks spamming Pressure Point or something like that. You hate that wedding chicken? It's kind of nasty. How dare I put that back in your head? Hey, it was always there, just lurking, waiting to come back, right? Perform an incredibly powerful physical attack on the target, which will also reduce a random stat by 20% for 4 turns. Wish it wasn't random. I guess if it's like a mixed attacker enemy, it's got better odds of hitting something that matters, but... especially for 99 MP, kinda oof. Concentration causes critical hit chance, or no, critical chance to increase over time. Invigorate. Inner alchemy or mindfulness is used. Oh, that's neat. The effect lasts for the entire duration of the entire battle. Huh. Okay, this sounds like a pretty good boss killer ability. And they have ace saves. Nice. Ace saves, B spears. I guess. think it was like this in the previous games too, anyway. But like, it'd be kind of weird to use weapons with a monk when it's all about their fists. I didn't set payment to gain on Attell. Might as well, we got the free slots fair, right? Can crosscut with my sock puppet hands, yes. Wait, I don't know if it auto-unequipped. No, it did not auto-unequip very long swords, so we want to make sure we do that. Well, rip question mark Sloan, I guess. I guess this was crushed. Which means it probably created a path down here. Yes.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side.
Oh, and still get to heal us up in battle, right? Right? Yeah, totally.
I'm up, huh? Check this out.
Burn! Smolder! How? Another one bites the dust. Here it comes.
No big deal. What's the plan? Yeah! To arms.
Damn it! I can take it. Right.
Oh, good thing we bought those star pendants.
Eat sorcery.
Okay, what's the plan?
Alright, Axe is kinda good against them.
Allow me. Let me help you.
Hey cat, eat sorcery! Remind you what solar power does. It regens hit point, or no, it was MP and raises your aim and luck during the day.
Come and get her. Okay.
let us continue on our way.
Powers, huh?
One must never stop learning.
I guess for being just a level 1 monk, that's not too bad for damage output.
We've outmaneuvered them.
Wow, rude. Look, if they didn't want us to get revenge, they shouldn't have tried to pick on us earlier.
Well, what's next, I wonder? Why? Crash! Rumble! Ah, you didn't like that, did you? Fire your heat! Right in the soft bits. Here I go. Okay, all right.
Here I go. Okay.
Crikey, we're actually pretty tough.
That Aquaman just wanted to live. Or did it?
We have the upper hand.
Ooh, right in the soft bits. I can slightly tell that you love Albus, yes. Wow, major differential in hit points on these Aqua elements.
Get some. Here it comes.
Okay, well, it's apparently just as strong as when Daggy's on us. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't actually expecting it to be that strong for the player.
Oh, what's next, I wonder? Away and fire your heat.
That was Allow me. Does that feel better? Thank you.
A mere scratch. Let me help you. Phew.
Burn! Smolder!
We did it, guys! Hooray!
Yeah, Angelic Ward good. Really now? Third waypoint. We could go use a tent. How many do we have? We have 6. We're probably okay though, we've got like a dozen mini ethers. Vanguard, totally not Knight. Well, it's like a combined Knight and Viking, right? Because it's got the whole defang thing, plus the Knight defense and aggro abilities. Well, I guess Viking is also aggro. But like, I feel like they just took those two classes and mashed them together.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Guess it's my turn.
That's interesting. The Aqua Cubes are happy to fight us when they're with these demon guys.
That was a piece of cake.
But when they're in a formation of just them, which is probably technically more threatening, they don't want anything to do with us.
They're sitting ducks.
You'd feel a lot more aggressive if you were fighting alongside a demon too. I guess that's
what's the
fair. You like Adele's monk outfit? Yeah, she looks good in it, which I guess probably isn't surprising since I feel like I've basically chosen all the classes they were trying to push me towards picking for each character.
Very well.
Not quite. There we go. Keyword kill.
Here I go.
Nice dodge.
Burn! Smolder! Almighty flame! Here I go. Here it comes.
This should do Allow me.
Okay, that's actually pretty impressive. 400 damage. It just costs our hit points, which kinda sucks.
Does that feel better? Thank you.
And we don't have Chi going yet, so
Wait for it.
I guess we'll just default until he opens himself up again.
Here goes.
Nothing like the long game. Very well. I have to protect myself.
Guess it's my turn. Okay.
I'm up, huh? Okay. I'm all set. We're done already. Woo!
I like what I'm seeing here.
Hey, there's Asper attack. I do like what they've done to make draining back MP fairly common and intuitive for magic classes here. $660 peak? Sure. Yeah, so we have a waypoint of like 10 meters away from the actual exit.
Welcome back, Lord Commander.
The Wind Crystal is ours. Proceed with the next stage of the plan.
As you wish.
Lord Commander, good to see you back.
What have you to report, Lonsdale?
King Vernon of Halcyonia has formally rejected our offer of an alliance. How shall we respond?
For now, we do not.
Very well.
We march soon. Make sure your troops are ready.
Can't wait to kill them and take their outfits. I feel like that might take a while. At least the first two games didn't cough up Dark Knight for a very long time, if I remember correctly. Yes, I know you meant their jobs. Although I guess you also steal their outfits with their jobs. Sure as comrades, yes. Cat really wants to use Sophie's personal skill or raider gear. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't indeed? Not me. I totally didn't leave Takumi face down in a river, naked. Nope.
Of course, Lord Commander.
Alright, well, I guess that was the prologue. Quite a few things happening there.
This isn't good, is it? Here I go.
Very well. What's the plan?
And we missed. And they're healing.
Come and get it. Okay then.
Gosh, it really is rather hot.
Oh, as long as Bravely Default 1's prologue, fair. I feel like a lot of things in second and this could be qualified as not as long as Bravely Default 1's, though. This is where the demo is located? That's an interesting choice to place the or start the demo. Although I suppose it's not wouldn't be the first time Square has done something like that with a demo.
What's the plan?
The demo for 1 was also Chapter 1 in the desert. I see. I played these pretty much all long after their release, so I mean, I guess I could have technically played the demos, but
Guess it's my turn.
I guess I was reasonably sure that I would enjoy Bravely Default 1, and then second and this one, going off of how much I liked the first one, I had fairly high confidence I would enjoy this. Yeah, the particular example I'm thinking of is the FF8 demo. Back when they had PlayStation Magazine and you could actually get demo discs. I remember being super excited about the FF8 demos. That just starts like 5 hours into the game with no explanation.
That was nothing. No big deal.
What's next, I wonder? Almighty flame! Come and get it! Aye. That'll do
Allow me.
nicely.
Let me see.
You rang? We better be ready for this! Burn! Smolder! Another one faces
Got
us.
him. You didn't even know Awakening had a demo.
Be vigilant, everyone.
Yeah, it was
Okay, what's the plan?
thanks for the follow, Paramore. It was, I remember it was only out for a little bit-ish. But yeah, it was chapter, or prologue in chapter 1. So, left out premonitions. I guess it technically sort of started somewhat in the middle of things, but definitely at least seemed like it was starting right from the beginning. I remember playing that one quite a bit too. It had a gimmick where, and I don't know if it actually mattered, but the demo had, I think it started with 30 or 40 uses, and it would go down every time you started it up. Ouch.
No big deal.
Does that feel better?
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
Okay then.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to take him out.
You rang? Come and get it! Plenty more where that came from!
I'm up, huh? Ha! I'm all set! Check this out!
Well,
Here I go. Get some.
Be healed.
Phew. It's nothing.
ow.
I can take it!
Ouch!
No big deal! Hey! Eat sorcery! Ooh, right in the soft base!
Okay then.
Allow me.
I might need more than one Kira. Especially if we're getting multiple attacked.
Let me help you.
You saved my bacon there. Haha, back in the game.
Guess it's my turn. Okay.
We've got this, right?
Misjudged that one.
You will regret your impertinence. Does that feel better?
Oh, that's the stuff.
Nothing to
Back
worry
in
about.
business. No big deal. Right, let's see. Away and fire your heat. That'll do nicely.
Here I go.
That's a rough formation.
I cannot be defeated.
Yeah, we've got this, right? I feel like she was getting a little worried a little too easily. Okay, maybe it's tent time now. Punch, punch, punch.
The city is just up ahead. Savalon's ties with my own kingdom go back generations. I have made the journey here from Musa many times.
If I punch them 3 times, surely it'll kill, right? Wait.
Any idea how the water crystal might have wound up here?
No, sadly. But I have no doubt that King Orion will lend us his aid in finding it, if the rumors Sir Sloane heard were true.
You okay, Gloria?
I am fine. Come. We must be on our way.
It doesn't seem like the region's flooded. It's apparently just the city.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Sounds like a very targeted attack, so
Okay, what's the plan?
very malicious.
Okay. Ow! Get some.
Not quite.
A mere scratch. All right then. Okay. Allow me. Does that feel better?
Feeling good?
Well, that's easy clean.
Away and fire your heat. That had to hurt.
No big deal.
I'm up, huh?
Easy breezy.
Hooray!
Definitely feel like we could be doing more damage if I'd kept her as knight, but with a few more class levels, we should probably be alright with monk. You probably need Brave Gauntlet weapons where you attack 8 times instead of 4, assuming you double. Should do an Awakening style where you can also get Brave Dual Strikes, and then have both characters equipped with fists. Welcome back, Cat. I'll stay here until you conquer it, alright? Sounds good. I knew he was gonna aggro, that's why I was
We
spraying
have the
towards
upper
him.
hand.
Like, this monster's not gonna let me walk by.
Let me at him. Okay.
quest must go on.
That does look slightly flooded. Not as much as I thought it would. It kind of looks like it could just be a place built on an oasis, really. Hope Gloria's okay after everything that happened. Oh, aye, I've been meaning to ask you something, Your Highness. Me? Oh, of course. What is it, Elvis? I've not been to Savalon before. What's it like? You mean where are the taverns and food like, right? Not a bit of it. I'm a scholar, remember? I like to get a thorough understanding of a place before I pay it a visit. I don't think you're fooling anyone, Elvis. Well, I'm not wanting to know about the food in that, I suppose. What is it like? Savalonian food and drink? Let me think. Oh, one or two things did make quite an impression on me. I seem to recall a juice made from cactus and citrus fruits. Thanks for the follow, Boogie. From citrus and cactus fruits that was really rather delightful. Tart, but well-rounded. Wow, that does sound kind of delicious. I knew it. You want to know about our eating and drinking prospects as much as I do. No, I don't. Well, I do. I didn't even know you could juice a cactus. Right? Great, why don't we all go try some when we get there? That does sound nice. Yes, I'd like that. Alrighty. Now we can finally get excited about hitting the desert. Let's get a move on, shall we? Yeah, let's do this. You ready, Gloria? Oh, yes. All set. Thank you. They're such thoughtful people. Thank you, all of you.
And what of your own home, friend?
Okay, it looks a lot worse close up.
Not good, I'm afraid. The lower floors are entirely submerged.
Are we to be left with nowhere to live at all? What?
You're about to be made homeless, you say? Ach, come on now. I'm sure it can't be as bad as all that.
Crikey. What is it, Elvis?
Whoa.
An oasis in a desolate desert.
Well, it certainly looks like whoever took the water crystal came here.
It's like a crater between some high plateaus. It's just put it as high as possible. I have questions about that choice. I feel like if there was ever a rock slide, they would be in serious trouble. Well, it certainly looks like whoever took the water crystal came here.
It certainly does.
Alrighty. Best go and have a wee word with the king then, eh?
Is that really such a good idea, Elvis?
Eh? Why would it not be?
Well, he's an important man, and you have a habit of putting your foot in your mouth.
I know exactly what to say to the great and the good, thank you very much. I am the great and the good. Nobility, born and bred.
You're kidding, right? You.
Don't look so surprised. You'd think I'd never mentioned it before.
You haven't mentioned it before. Do you think I'd forget something like that?
Really? Well, if I didn't, it's because it's not important. We're all the same underneath, eh?
I cannot believe you sometimes.
Don't be like that. But tell you what, I'll let you in on some noble knowledge by way of an apology. Kings, lords, emperors, all those sorts. They deal with more scheming and intrigue on the average day than most folks do in a lifetime. Which means they tend to be surrounded by backstabbers and spies. We need to be on our guard.
Thanks for the advice. Have I tried Wordlight yet? Saying that will prevent monsters from noticing me as I go about my business. Well, we have some, but definitely haven't used them yet. I feel like we generally want to take on anything that's in our path anyway, but if I need to backtrack a lot, I'll probably end up using some of these. It's another useful type of item I might want to try. Monster traits. When you use one, any fight with a monster of the relevant family will bring more of that monster's friends running, resulting in a string of consecutive fights. Oh yeah, we've got those. Looted a few of those in the first dungeon. And it already gave us a tutorial on the continuous battles, so we know what the results of those are going to be. This is the king of rock and roll after all. Yeah, cool. Do you see it? Do you see that magnificent house rising out of the water? Well, that's my house. I spent an enormous fortune on it, and now it's half of it is submerged. I suppose I can only laugh. Water fills the streets of Savalon, but life must go on. After all, we cannot abandon our city. It is the only habitable place in this entire desert. Right. Yeah, I guess if it is an oasis, makes sense. Although now it's an oasis with much more water. Oh, right, yeah, so we can use this to hop between the major cities. I almost forgot about this. Wagon rides are free. Well, before we go running on back to anywhere we've already been, let's explore the new city in front of us. Things could be worse. Jings, I'm sweating buckets here. Reckon I'm getting too old for this game, you know? Nonsense. I don't doubt that Sir Sloan would have crossed the sands with ease. However, I didn't mean to complain. Still, a drop or two of rain wouldn't go amiss around these parts. Hey, there's a giant pool in front of you. Just, like, grab a handful of that. I doubt the locals would agree with you. I believe the Salvalonians say that a drop of rain is more precious than a sapphire. So, the city is currently full of water sapphires, is what you're saying. I suppose they don't see so many of them, eh? Yeah. They're not the only ones, eh? Heh. What's got into you all of a sudden? Well, I was just thinking about that story Sailor Boy here told us. About when the wind died down when he was out at sea and he got stranded in the doldrums. But you'd have given a sapphire or two for a drink of water back then, eh, laddie? Aye, compared to that, I've got nothing much to worry about, eh? Yeah. I suppose it is important to try to put things into perspective sometimes. Aye, that it is, Your Highness. That it is. We should visit King Orion as soon as possible. It's imperative that we act on the information that Sir Sloan gave us without delay. It takes two hands to wield a bow, but as a result, its power is greater than that of a one-handed weapon. And yet, its wielder cannot wear a shield, and so will suffer defensively. One must weigh up all the factors when considering which weapon to use. For every upside, there's a downside. This is what makes tactical choices so compelling. Oh, we can buy these now. Double-bladed bouge. Hey, we can buy spears now too. Wow, this is pretty heavy. Wow, that is a jump in magic power. But we're definitely buying this. Oh, we can buy headbands now. Just, you know, the thing we found 3 of in the grass, casually chopping around before. Guess we buy... Yeah, let's buy the ring mail. White Veil's silence immunity sounds kind of nice. So we'll give the feather mantle to Elvis now. I guess we need to equip this to actually get the bonus. Which is curious, because it was just innate to monk previously. Yeah, there we go. We got a lot more physical attack now. So yeah, we were... she was sandbagged a little bit because I didn't know that the game was to actually equip it instead of just having it as a property of Monk. Crikey, a flooded city in the middle of the desert. It's quite a sight, eh? Another reminder of just what the crystals are capable of. What did Elvis say again? We need to be careful because kings tend to be surrounded by backstabbers and spies, like the Prime Minister. It's not like him to worry about anything like that. I guess we really had better keep our guard up. Poison, blindness, sleep, paralysis, dread, berserking, confusion, charming, doom. As a seasoned traveler, you know of these ailments, of course, and of their cures. No matter how powerful you may be, it means nothing if you're rendered unable to exploit that power. Your enemies will deploy ailments in order to do just this, and if you fail to make adequate preparations, you will die. There are other, more esoteric afflictions beyond those I have mentioned, such spells and cells as might be necessary to counter their effects, may prove to be your greatest weapons. Since ancient times, Savalon has gone to great lengths to secure a steady supply of water. Eye-watering sums of money have been spent. Indeed, it is often said that water was the most precious commodity in the kingdom, and yet, now we are desperate to be rid of it. I see a little barge over there. That's probably how we get over to this right island. Why is this poor person is just completely stranded. Alright, boat. I guess she's gonna follow us around between cities with her boat, huh?
We wish to speak with the manager. Where is Lord Bernard?
The manager, okay. An interesting way to put it.
Hey, folks! First of all, I want to say what a huge pleasure it is to have so many of you with us today. Thanks for coming out.
Is that Orpheus? The bard?
Never mind your thanks. Tell us what you're going to do about the water.
People are saying it is Lord Bernard's fault, that the waterways he dug beneath the city are the cause of the floods. Is this true?
Mr. Orpheus, sir, could you please ask Lord Bernard to come and address the crowd? We simply wish to know the truth of the situation. Surely he owes us that much at least.
The truth, eh? Wow, that's a big one. But what is truth?
It's misdirection.
Less of the theatrics. Just go and get him, will you? We will not be fobbed off with an appearance from one of his lackeys. Hear, hear! Bring it out! Bring it out! Bring it out! Bring it out! Bring it out!
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, folks, but Lord Bernard can't be with us today. Look, I can see that you guys are pretty unhappy. It doesn't take an empathetic genius to snip the discontentment on the wind. So how about I sing a little something to put your minds at ease? It's a future classic, I promise.
You had better be joking, minstrel!
She's the jewel of the desert, the city in the sand. She's pretty and pleasant, and her people, they are grand. Come on, smile and be happy, my June-dwelling friends, because the hard times you're suffering from, they're coming to an end. Oh, my heart goes out to all of you, and so does my song. Yeah, my heart goes out to all of you. Now please just move along.
He's right. We should return to our homes.
Good old Pied Piper, eh?
Yes, we must do as the bard says.
But, wait! Where are you all going? What in heaven?
Wowie zowie! They weren't kidding when they said these asterisks was something else. I brought the house down.
You're...
Whoa! Princess Gloria! Is it really you?
Wowie Zowie Mario Wonder moment? Oh.
Have I even seen you since the Musa days? It is an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege as ever, Your Highness.
Spare me your fawning pretenses. I would prefer an explanation of what you just did to those poor townspeople.
What do you mean? I saw some people in need of a little lift, so I sang them sweet, that's all. Anyway, what brings you to Savalon? Don't tell me they banished you from Musa too. No, wait, Musa got smashed to pieces, right?
Hey, watch your mouth.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry if you're upset, Your Highness. Too soon, I guess? And who might you be?
I'm...
On second thoughts, I don't care.
Wow. You know this guy?
His name is Orpheus. He was Musa's court minstrel.
So he was probably the insider who let the enemy in.
He wormed his way into my father's affections, then began embezzling funds at the earliest opportunity.
Aye, that'll get you excelled right enough. Can't say I'm surprised. The fellow's got bad apple written all over him.
I'm standing right here, you know. Look, the life of a groundbreaking artist doesn't come cheap. Honestly, it's so hard being amazing. You still don't get me at all, do you, Your Highness? Some things never change.
Do you really imagine I have the slightest interest in what you think of me after all that's happened? I have far more important things to worry about.
Wow. Tough crowd. Well, I know when I'm not wanted. Time to exit stage right. Come again soon, Your Highness. Thank you, and good night.
That guy's a real piece of work. Don't let him get to you, Gloria.
Orpheus's VA has no other credits. Huh. Yeah, so they really went hard on bringing in newish voice actors, huh?
Oh, I don't intend to. I have neither the time nor the inclination. Now, shall we make our way to the palace?
You know, he seems kind of tame and straightforward compared to the whole pop star groupie thing they had going on in the last 2 games for Performer. I'm assuming they're gonna stop me here. Maybe not. Although, that looks like a locked gate. Beyond lie the dungeons, wherein hardened criminals dwell. It is a place no ordinary citizen has any business entering. So what you're saying is the bar's gonna get us thrown in here, and then we're gonna have to fight our way through, or back out. Beyond lie the dungeons. You are advised not to approach the hardened criminals herein. Yay, a free spear. I could technically use it with... Or yeah, especially since... Yeah, it's a one-handed or should be a one-handed weapon. It's also way too heavy. A lightweight spear, it says that it costs 8 weight. So I feel like I should have my white mage with a shield, which basically leaves me attacking physically with the rod or using a spear. If I want to use an attack that doesn't consume my MP. Did I speak to this? Okay, I did not understand what happened. One moment I was demanding answers from Bernard. The next I was meekly returning home. It must have been Orpheus's words that caused my change of heart. Curse that silver-tongued snake. Lord Bernard is currently busy and unable to receive visitors, I'm afraid. Yes, I suppose Orpheus is correct. Wait, Orpheus? Correct? That cannot possibly be true. What in the world was I thinking? I may suspect that the floods have been caused by the waterways that Bernard dug beneath the city. He does so love to throw the money he makes from the gaming hall around without a thought, but then, had he not done so, he would never have been made an elder. The Kingdom of Savalon has 2 princes, Prince Castor and Prince Pollux. Castor, the elder brother, has a brilliant mind, but a reputation for being haughty and unapproachable. Pollux, on the other hand, has the common touch, but many question his qualities as a leader of men. I guess... yeah, this looks like it doesn't actually connect. The way that's positioned, it looks like it could have, but I guess it doesn't. The water level continues to rise. It is only a matter of time before this area 2 is submerged. Okay, nothing but ellipses. Though it is tempting to concentrate all one's efforts on offensive strategies, any battle party worth its salt requires at least one member specializing in defense. The heavier the armor worn, the more likely the wearer is to be targeted. Making a member of your party the focus of enemy attacks in this way can be highly beneficial. As long as your defensive powerhouse stays standing, the rest of your party can concentrate on attacking and healing without fear of coming under attack themselves. It is as the wise man says, the best form of attack is often defense. The roundabout path is sometimes the quickest. Generally speaking, increases one defense with sturdy armor will also increase one's likelihood of being targeted by the enemy. This means that equipping party members with lighter armor can sometimes be a way of preventing them from being attacked. Of course, in the event that they are attacked, they will be more heavily damaged. The technique is sometimes something of a double-edged sword. So that is interesting that you can sort of manipulate aggro without needing to use actual abilities. The gift is the best way to show one's affections, yes? Weird aggro system, yeah, for sure. But I guess it's better than being like, yep, and now you have to use a taunt every turn on your tank. Which can be kind of annoying. Beautiful seashells can be found along the coast of the south. If you could find any, I would be very grateful. I wish to give my beloved a gift. Okay. Best fetch quests ahoy, I guess. Yeah, this is definitely completely closed off over here on the right. Savalon's kings do not wield absolute power. Instead, the realm is governed with the aid of a specially selected cadre of elders such as myself. The council is currently engaged in a series of emergency sessions seeking to resolve the crisis of the rising waters. Alas, despite many hours of debate, no solution has yet been agreed upon. This, sadly, is one of the disadvantages of our particular political system. You will not climb up high ever again, do you understand? If you fall, you will die. You are a dog, not a cat. Do not forget that. I don't know if the dog's gonna understand you. This path leads directly to the palace. Its doors are always open, even to those who are strangers to our kingdom. King Orion has always prided himself on his open mind and is a voracious consumer of tales from foreign lands. Alas, His Majesty has not been well of late. He may not currently be available for an audience. Maybe, you know, a little suspicious. Would you like to know an interesting fact about the scorching desert sun? It is possible to fry an egg on one's helmet under its incredible heat. I too shall be fried if I spend too long out of the shade. God, just my luck to be posted or assigned a daytime posting. I also assume that frying an egg on your helmet would be extremely gross and unsanitary. I wish to try and swim, but I'm frightened that my head will go under the water and I will not be able to breathe. Oh, do not tell any of the grown-ups. We are not supposed to go anywhere near the water at all. Is in... We don't really need that because we just used the tent not too long ago. Okay, I guess I don't get to use that boat. So maybe that chest is only accessible once we solve the water problem. Water keeps rising. We have no way of stopping it. Still, we are alive. For that, we must be grateful. Oh, everything is being lost to the water, as its possessions, memories. Yeah, I don't see how else we'd get there without the water being gone. Or having a boat, but it seems like the game's gonna give neither to us right now.
We've outmaneuvered them.
We outmaneuvered them, but they still went first. There we go, that looks better.
Allow me.
Okay. You rang? Almighty ice! Away and fly all your heat! It's nothing!
No worse than expected.
Okay, well we just... I guess, Gloria still true aggro there. Good thing she was defending.
Let me help you.
Let me at him!
Let's see.
Freeze! Shiver! Almighty ice!
Hey! Stop it! To arms!
I'm wondering if BP might affect
You
aggro,
saved my
but
bacon there.
Easy breezy!
Gloria got focus fired when she had positive, and then the others got attacked when they had negatives, so it's probably just random. That's dungeon. I might look in there after, but I want to get the shells here first. Well, that was easy. Hey, a chest. Bronze bangle. Dell's already using one of those. Let's see. So it's just a little bit of physical defense on top of the hit points. It might be better than the gloves for me, just because I have the weight. Although we lose 3 magical defense. Yes, I guess it's kind of hard to justify next to our star pendants and some of the other stuff. Sleep immunity is kind of nice. We haven't seen too much of that, but it has come out of nowhere from some of the enemies. Yeah, maybe over the leather gloves will do it. Oh, we would actually be overwooded. Never mind, we are at weight limit. Okay, well, if we get an extra capacity, I guess maybe we'll consider it. It's interesting that there seem to be a bunch of dungeons that have no plot relevance so far, or even side quest relevance for that matter. Ow!
Come and get it!
You rang?
Oh, aye! Away and fire your heat! Right in the soft base!
Allow me. Let me help you.
That was a close one. I can take it!
I'm up, huh?
Why? I guess he really doesn't like fire or something, but like... It's supposed to be targeting the tank, right?
We're done already.
Oh yeah.
It almost just got targeted over and over. This might be a little bit much to be dicking around in right now. Okay, well that's not aggroing, so that's a rare monster. We'll leave that alone. Great.
Let's see what you're made of, eh? Oh, let me at him!
All right then.
Thought it was just a book clump, did you?
These chests are so weird. Like, oh no, you've been ambushed by a single monster that's actually not that strong. He'd be overweight. Not really much we can do about that now, so I guess we'll have to wait until we can actually equip it. Feels bad, but I guess it saves us some pig if nothing else.
This really isn't good.
Come and get it!
To arms. I must endure.
You rang? Come and get it!
Yeah, I guess with a name like Unknown, it would absorb water a little bit. Even though this is a desert.
The advantage is theirs.
That's not fair.
A mere
That's nothing. All right then.
Doom. Well then. Oh yeah, I see the memory now.
Come and get it!
Freeze! Shiver!
Very well.
Heed my call.
Come and get her! Away, bile your heat! Freeze! Shiver!
Nothing to worry about. That was nothing.
It's nothing!
Let me see.
Man, we're really getting blasted for MPA.
Our quest must go on.
The wide open gets stuck in! Right, let's see. Eat sorcery. Let me at him. Okay.
What's the plan? I'm all set!
Allow me. I have to protect myself.
Oh,
I
what's next,
shall
I wonder?
prevail.
Away, bile your heat.
No worse than expected.
It's nothing. I don't feel too good. You rang? Freeze! Shiver! Away, bile your heat.
I cannot be defeated. Hard work is always rewarded.
Seems like Aggron from quite a ways away.
Ha! Looks like luck's on our side. Let me at him. Okay. Get some. Come on.
Wow, it actually survived
Don't
that.
feel too good. Eat sorcery. It's nothing.
I'm up, huh?
To arms.
Come and get it.
We're done already? Huh.
To turn my back and like 4 more things spawn.
We've got the upper hand, guys.
This goes on much longer, I might just use a warning light. This is starting to annoy me.
Okay.
What's the plan? We're done already? Huh.
Do not treat ailments such as sleep and poison lightly, friend. Though they may be fleeting, a mere moment's distraction can be a life's end. And then there are those ailments that last even beyond the end of battle. To ease such afflictions untreated is sometimes or is to sometimes become unable to use items or magical arts. One must first understand each element, and in knowing it, know what that which must be laid in store in order to counter its effects. And, of course, such knowledge can also be put to highly effective use in inflicting the very same ailments on one's enemies. We have received no word of visitors. Sorry, I cannot permit you to enter. Okay. Well, just a whole lot of nothing there, I guess.
Let's put the boot in!
Flash dolls.
Man, let me
Gross.
at 'em. Leave this to me. May the earth engulf you. Sorry, pal.
2,000 damage.
These
Nice.
guys.
It's nothing.
Come and get her. Away, fire your heat.
Let me see. I must endure. Very well.
Eat sorcery. We wiped the floor with them.
Oh good, I used the tent so I could find a tent. Thanks.
The wide open gets stuck in. Okay, what's the plan?
Here I go.
We stand firm
Right,
for now.
let's see. Okay then. I'm going all in.
Our quest must go on.
Hooray, random pig.
They're sitting ducks.
I need to do something about this. Eat sorcery!
I'm all set!
Okay then. Come on! Yeah! Yeah! That was a piece of cake.
I see another sound formation, so these are definitely going to be important. Appear to have found a crypt of some sort, and all the enemies are red. So yeah, let's maybe not do this one right now. There's a chest there. I think we missed it because we were on the other side of the rock. A doublet. Trades a little bit of physical defense for magical defense. Also lowers the chance of being targeted. Actually, she's at 36. So Elvis is actually on par with Adele for being targeted.
Be vigilant, everyone!
That's nothing. No big deal. I can take it. Okay then.
Wiki.
Get some. Yeah. Here it comes. Yeah. Oh, what's next, I wonder? Eat sorcery! So it's just a book, well, did you?
Okay. I was maybe supposed to give that an item or something.
Not the best start.
Let me see. I must endure.
Oh, what's next, I wonder? Eat sorcery! Ooh, right in the softness!
What's the plan?
I go!
To arms! I have to protect myself. I shall worse than expected.
I'm up, huh?
Almighty thunder!
Guess it's my turn.
Okay.
There is more yet to come.
All right then.
Let me see. Be healed.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
That was nothing.
Okay, what's the plan?
No big deal. Right, let's see. Eat sorcery. Oh! Another one bites the dust.
We wiped the floor with them.
Alright, there we go. Now we can break through default. All it costs is 20% of our hit points. Yay!
Ready, everyone?
Very well. We stand firm for now.
Did you see that? I'm amazing.
Small experience orb. Neat.
Let's do this! Okay then.
More!
Hey, thanks for the follow,
Let's
Bishop.
see. Away and bile your heat.
Here I go.
I guess we don't have Basuna yet.
I must endure.
No big deal. Okay, I'm going all in. That's nothing.
You rang? Come and get her!
Our quest must go on.
I guess I should probably stock some actual antidotes since we don't have the healing magic yet. That's level 8, so she should be there relatively soon. Yeah, next level up, I guess. Or next battle, probably, it's 9 JP.
The advantage is theirs.
Oh man!
I'm up, huh?
Where that came from?
It's nothing. What the? You suck.
To arms.
Does that feel better? How thoughtful of you. What's the plan? Hey! Stop doing that!
You rang?
It's nothing. Okay then.
Yeah, I guess Crosskit has actually been more effective, or at least it's more MP efficient.
No big deal.
That's just not fair!
Oh, what's next, I wonder?
Here I go!
Here I go!
Okay.
No worse than expected.
No big deal.
Allow me. Be healed.
You saved my bacon. You rang?
What's the plan?
We wiped the floor with them.
I get sand in my eyes. Try not to. You're really a little bit further into the game than I am. I see. Well, hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I am. Soul food fat sounds kind of ominous.
The advantage is theirs.
Another one of these wiki-wiki things.
Let me see. We stand firm
Here
for
I
now.
go.
cry! Rumble!
Okay, what's the plan? That's nothing.
To arms!
Oh, what's next, I wonder?
Almighty thunder!
To her.
Very well.
Damn, I have 34 left.
Right, let's see. Eat sorcery. Right, know where that came from.
We wiped the floor with them.
We've outmaneuvered them.
Eat sorcery.
Nothing to worry about. To arms! Here I go! Yeah!
It is interesting that the enemy raise a little bit more than they have in previous games. But it seems to be kind of at random. Marginally cheaper than using a tent. Look at these shells, they're all beautiful. My beloved will adore them, I'm certain. Thank you so much. If the path of true love runs smooth, it will be all thanks to you. Naturally, I will tell her that I gathered them myself. You do not mind, do you? But of course. Just have a few of everything on hand, just in case. Okay, before we proceed with the story sequence, I'm gonna go refill my drink real quick. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. I guess there is more to this than just getting a cutscene. Let's say Prince Fox is currently unavailable. Prince Castor, however, may be able to offer you an audience. Okay. I would never complain about my duties, but patrolling the palace is harder than many realize. It's such hot, sweaty work. Now that the kingdom is filled with water, the temptation to jump in is almost irresistible. Try not to do that while you're wearing armor, buddy. King of Rhyme will not be granting any audiences today. Prince Castor will be performing his duties in his place.
Princess Gloria! It is a great relief to see you safe and well.
I am sorry if I caused you any undue concern, Prince Castor.
Please, there is no need to apologize. If I might ask, what became of you after the fall of your kingdom?
It is rather a long story, I'm afraid.
And so, we find ourselves here today. You believe Savalon's current troubles to have been caused by the water crystal?
I do, and I wondered if your honored father might know anything that could help us in investigating the matter further.
Your Highness, permit me to offer my deepest sympathies for all that has befallen you. Alas, our own realm is currently suffering grave troubles of its own. It saddens me to say this, but we are unable to offer any assistance.
Silence. That is not your decision to make.
Kinda like Prince Castor.
You must forgive Dromed his presumption. While his official title is that of Record Keeper to the court, he also serves in an unofficial capacity as an advisor. And what he says is not without truth. Our current situation is not a pleasant one. My honored father, the king, his whereabouts are currently unknown.
Totally kidnapped by the bard.
Goodness. Have you any idea what might have happened to him?
Sadly not. We had thought that he might have been kidnapped, but we have received neither a ransom demand nor contact of any other kind. We have also tried to notify my younger brother, Pollux, but since setting off on his tour of the nations of the world, he remains unreachable. The Council of Elders has been satisfied thus far with our tales of sudden sickness, but it is only a matter of time before they begin asking questions.
By which we mean right now, because there was an angry mob hanging around outside the... Actually, I'm not sure what building that was, but... I guess it was a gathering hall, since this is the throne room.
I am ever so sorry. I pray with all my heart that he will be returned to you soon.
You are too kind, Princess Gloria. I will confer with the Council on the matter of the Water Crystal. Perhaps one of the Elders will know something.
Or one of them is working for the enemy.
That would be great, wouldn't it, Gloria?
You dare interject, servant? Have you no shame?
Oh, you misunderstand, Prince Castor. My friend here is no servant. He is a companion and trusted ally. I owe him my life.
Hmm? Friend? Companion? A lowly commoner?
Oh, come now, Your Highness. If you continue to insult my comrades, I fear I shall have no choice but to take offense.
Offense? At what? He is a commoner, is he not? I merely call a spade a spade.
Prince Castor.
Forgive me, Your Highness. I spoke out of turn. Now, to return to the matter at hand. Dromit.
The city's various districts began to fill with water at different times, but it seems the trouble first began around 3 years ago.
What? They let this fester for 3 years? No, Castor is one of those princes. Yeah. I guess they did say that he lacks a bit of tact, which has led people to be not as satisfied with him. But 3 years ago seems awfully convenient. You know, water crystal stolen, water crystal trouble.
3 years? And was it not 3 years ago that Musa was attacked? The Council will be assembling shortly. We must consult with them on this matter right away.
Yeah, I guess it's technically a Tamish insult, but still. Here, Hermas.
Please, if you would bear with us until then.
Of course, Your Highness.
Forgive the wait, Your Highness. Allow me to introduce Elders Cygnus and Bernard, right honorable members of the Council.
The guy in the bandana looks like he's stoned out of his mind.
Cygnus, Minister of Commerce at your service. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Princess Gloria.
Bernard, Master of the Gaming Hall. It is an inestimable honor, Your Highness.
This guy seems trustworthy, yeah, clearly.
Prince Castor informs us that you seek knowledge of the Water Crystal.
We do indeed. I suspect that it might be the cause of the city having filled up with water. Might you know anything of such a connection?
Alas, The cause is somewhat more prosaic than that, Your Highness. I am afraid my men made a rather critical blunder while digging an underground waterway. In fact, you find us having just emerged from an emergency council meeting on that very subject.
And a very productive meeting it was, too. I must commend you on your ready acceptance of responsibility, Lord Bernard. To have offered to help in righting the mistake is further proof, if such were needed, of your unimpeachable character.
Right, unimpeachable. We'll go with that.
This man is no crystal thief, Your Highness. You have my personal guarantee of that.
Somewhat impeachable, sure.
You honor me, Lady Cygnus.
Now, we must be getting on. The proposed countermeasures will require considerable planning if they are to go ahead. If you will excuse us.
Well, I guess what they're saying makes sense.
Perhaps. But if Bernard's waterways truly are the reason for the flooding, then there is one thing that strikes me as somewhat convenient. The gaming hall, his gaming hall, is one of the few places not afflicted despite the vast quantities of water it uses.
Perhaps we had better go and take a look.
Personal guarantee. Well, that reassures you. Yeah. I'm totally on board too.
You will allow me to accompany you, I trust? If one of my subjects truly is connected to the disappearance of your kingdom's treasures, as a friend and ally, I cannot stand idly by.
Your help will be much appreciated, Your Highness.
And besides, I somewhat doubt the ability of this rabble to protect you.
Oof.
You are of noble birth, Lady Gloria. To associate so freely with the lowborn is...
Prince Castor.
Of course, Your Highness. Now is not the time to be casting aspersions on the quality of your companions. I hope you can all forgive me. And that I might prove to be of assistance.
I hope so too, Prince Castor.
All right. Looks like we're headed for the gaming hall.
I'm gonna have to start calling him Lawrence. I thought there was a screen that showed me. I guess it shows me during battle, so if we get into a fight, I'll see what kind of abilities he has on offer. Oh, we never talked to the advisor. If His Highness wishes to be allowed to search the city, far be it from me to deny you. Oh, hello, side quest. I despise goblin archers. Damn, I wish I had accepted this earlier. We would have completed this 3 times over by this point. These infernal goblin archers are giving us palace guards no end of trouble. Would you mind teaching them a lesson? I mean, I know the game said that there can be other stuff back at the other town, but I prefer to run into them on my own. So I might go back at some point, but we'll see. The side quests are sort of nice for a little bit of lore and small quantities. I don't know if I want to do every single one of them. Unless we want to run into one that really convinces me otherwise. So sad, a real tragedy. And people have no interest in books, but can I get enough? There's always something new to learn. Sadly, I've read all that I possess. Please bring me a nice new book. Okay. It's getting a little spammy, ain't it? They'll probably end up like,
Please! You must help!
like Dragon Quest 11, where I picked up a whole bunch of side quests and then, whichever ones we happen to complete, we complete.
What's the matter, sir?
Although some of these are voiced, so I guess I might prioritize those.
The one-eyed creature. It attacked us.
A one-eyed creature?
Might it look like a fleshy abomination, or I guess there's the MP sapping ones.
Yes, I escaped and came to seek help, but my friend is still in danger.
It's just like real life overcommit and let people down. You mean what? Look, we're already doing the hero gig. We make no promises on the stuff that's not the big major threats.
Please, you must help him.
We would be glad to. Would we not?
Yeah, of course.
You would?
Just leave it to us. You go tell the city guard about what happened, okay?
Very well. And thank you.
It sounds as if we need to hurry.
Harbinger of Calamity, the one I must say. Well, I guess we'll just follow the objective marker. Prince and the Paupers. Crikey, these snacks I've had are good. Yeah, couldn't help yourself, huh? You can? I can't pass a solo not buy something. Don't suppose you fancy a skewer, do you, Prince Castor? They're a credit to your kingdom, I must say. Actually, you know, Castor's complaining about commoners, but, like, Elvis isn't actually a commoner, too. He's technically nobility, even if he never bothers to mention it. You need to get back to Dragon Quest XI, you got pulled into other stuff partway through. Yeah, I mean, that's a really long game, so that doesn't surprise me. I ended up, because Engage came out when I was, oh no, I guess like 60-ish, 60-70% through the story, so I let that sit for a while. And then came back to it, and it was like another 5 sessions to finish or something like that. I'd recommend the... Do not presume to speak to me. We are not friends. Hold on, pal. You were the one who asked to come along with us. I offer to accompany Princess Gloria. The commoners who trail in her wake are of no interest to me. Yeah, he doesn't know that Elvis is a noble. Oh. You know, Elvis isn't actually a commoner. His family's kind of a big deal. There we go. Ugh. The idea that this man is of any consequence at all is laughable. Rip. No person of quality would indulge in filthy street foods. Just look at him licking his fingers. Ugh. But you are a noble, right, Elvis? What does it matter? I'm a connoisseur of tasty treats. That's all you need to know. Now, why don't you just admit that you fancy a nibble, Your Highness? Heaven only knows how they get this coating so crispy. I do not want to nibble, and certainly not of something that you have mauled in such a fashion. Now, please do not bother me again. Prince Castor? Yeah, did you not hear what I said? You're going the wrong way. What? Why did you not tell me so? He just did. Yeah, you were one, Your Highness. Yeah, there's the rude. Wait, they want me to go back. Okay, so the blue one is probably going back to Halcyon. Yeah, it's all the way over there. Okay. The other ones are actually in this desert, so... Oh, I guess because the red one's actually on the... mob? Or maybe not. Yeah, it is. Never mind. Alright, let's rough these guys up. Hey.
Batten down the hatches! Ha! Guess it's my turn.
Okay, Caster is actually fighting, so can't fault him for being... No, he's trying to be helpful. So he has lower defense. Physical attack on a target that will reduce their physical defense by 25% for 3 turns. That's actually kind of big. Same for magic defense. So he's more of a support. He's no Sloan, but... Hey, whatever help we can get. Ah, almost. Damn, and then he healed. Rude. Super rude, man.
Oh, what's next, I wonder? Come and get it, aye! That'll do nicely.
Okay, what's the plan?
There's more yet to come.
No big deal. Here I go.
What's the plan?
Eat sorcery! Oh! Another one
Let me
bites the
see.
dust!
Literally one hit point. Thanks, game.
No rest for the wicked, eh?
Get some.
What's the plan?
Eat sorcery!
Let me help you.
I owe you one.
I'm up, huh?
Looks like we did it.
Alright, well, I guess we got all the archers in one go there. Caster is a pirate. Well, yeah, he seems to have a relative class of it. Yeah. You thought Seth was a sailor? Well, yes, but... And actually, the Vanguard apparently seems to have folded pirate/Viking into, Knight, so... Maybe Castor is actually just a Vanguard. It even marks the overkill, so we're 5 out of 3. Funny. Okay, so now we're also looking for... this thing? Ah, okay. This specific enemy here. which we apparently can't
Get
ambush.
yourself to safety. We'll deal with the monster.
Thank you.
This must be the one-eyed creature that man was referring to. Well, its reign of terror is about to come to an end.
Come on then, let's have it.
Actual boss music.
All right then.
Although it's all enemies we've fought before, but seem to be slightly boosted or like maximized health. I wonder how well this works with this. Time to find out. Really well, apparently.
In the world? Very well. We stand firm for now.
Wait, okay, let's do this.
Away, bio your heat.
Here I go.
I cannot be defeated.
Yay, Firaga. In case I want to deplete most of my MP in one cast. You notice that they mashed a bunch of older classes together, it's kinda neat. Yeah, I think it makes the class balance a little better and smooth so far. Because the fewer overly niche abilities there are, the better, I'd say. It's really weird how the prince is a physical attacker. You thought he was a caster. I get it.
My father once told me that he too was attacked by an Araman while visiting these parts. King Orion himself came to his aid. That was the beginning of the close bond between our two kingdoms. Savalon was suffering from a severe drought at the time. My father offered to return the favor by trying to help solve the water shortage. And that was how the idea for a new network of waterways beneath the city was born.
No way.
The people of Savalon have always thought the Araman to be a harbinger of calamity, but that fortune smiles on whoever can defeat one.
I guess things are looking up for us then.
Yeah, we killed 3 of them.
I certainly hope so. Now, let's get back to the city and make sure everyone got home safely.
Okay, let's go turn these 2 in and then I guess we'll wagon back to Halcyonia.
You're alive! Oh, thank the heavens.
We have been so terribly worried.
You saved my friend's life. How can we ever repay you?
Oh, don't be silly. It was our pleasure.
He was Sloan. Yeah, he was definitely a fun character. Even putting aside his combat capabilities.
Forgive me, but are you Princess Gloria of Musa?
I am, yes. Have we met somewhere before?
Yes, Your Highness. About 5 years ago, you came to watch the soldiers practice their swordplay at the palace. I was among the ranks that day.
sword practice. Oh, yes.
It was honor enough to be in your august presence, Your Highness. Little did I know that further honor awaited me. If I recall correctly, you were not content merely to watch and announced that you would participate. We soldiers were rather flustered. What if one of us were to injure a visiting royal? But you were not to be deterred, Your Highness. You strode out and immediately challenged the largest, strongest swordsman present and refused to back down.
I'd like to have seen that.
A member of the royal line must be prepared to fight on the front line should circumstances require it.
And any army would give its all with one such as you at its head, Your Highness.
We will ensure that all know it was by your hand that the Ahriman fell.
We are forever in your debt.
Hooray! 680 pig. Oh, I guess we get a party chat out of it too. The Glorious Idol. Your dad took his death seriously, huh, Gloria? Sticking around to help build an entire waterway system to say thanks for being rescued from that Ahriman was no small thing. He certainly always sought to do right by people. He believed that one should always keep one's promises, and that one should never abandon a friend in need. So that's where you get it from. Well, I'd say you learned your lesson pretty well. I'll bet you spent your whole time growing up trying to be just like him, huh? I did. To be compared to him it's nice. Thank you. Speaking of thank yous, you out here's not wrong. The Savalonians got one heck of a thank you from your old man. Yeah, I guess they wound up with more than their fair share of good luck from that Ahriman. Speaking of which, we should be doing a slice of good fortune ourselves. Hey, look! What is it, Adele? Found a coin on the floor. Cha-ching! Guess this really is our lucky day. Really? That's all we get? One poxy coin? Lucky day in my eye. Well, technically we got 680 of it from completing the quest, if we want to mince words. You didn't even give me one pig. Rip. They didn't commit to the bit. Yeah. They should've. Boo. Did it. You got rid of those infernal goblin archers. Truly, I hit the bullseye when I asked you for help, friend. Perhaps I can call on your aid again in the future. Free iron bow? Not bad. Shame it's gonna be pretty much too heavy for Warrior at any point. I'd have to put her in, like, a not white mage class, I think. Yeah, this is 4 weight over. It's not RP, it's Adele's specifically for her. Fair enough, I guess. You forgot about the weight stat? Seems to be pretty omnipresent here. This game does things, of course. Yeah, of course. Granddad's gone out to listen to the wind again. Hear the wind blow. My grandfather is slightly odd. He likes nothing more than listening to the wind blow and goes to his favorite spot every time.